Hello boys and girls, it's Aaron here, and today we're back with the Dwarves. In the last episode we actually got killed, straight off the bat. We are now playing as this dwarf, I actually cannot remember what his name is. But it's just some lady just came in to tell us that the,
Hey,
Locus? Oh.
Foundling. Come to the kitchen, we need you.
Jolison, a 4th degree famulus and your favorite foe among the students of magic, gives you a disparaging glance and disappears without waiting for your reply.
Yeah, there's some guy called Locus, or the guy who's actually in charge of this place. Or Lot Lonan, was nowhere near him. But yeah, he's actually cussing our presence. Our guy doesn't seem too happy about it as a...
Quick, or the goulash will get burnt!
You immediately recognize what the problem is. A chain running over a pulley for positioning the cauldron is detached from its mounting and the cauldron stuck in the fireplace. It's a heavy load and none of the famuli, who feel superior even during kitchen duty, dare do anything. They might burn their fingers, or even get a bit dirty.
Yeah, our guy's a little bit worried at the minute, as because, as the narrator just said, our dwarf has not actually got on the best terms with what's his name? Lot Lonan's family. I don't know if that's just another word for family, if it's actually something completely different. But at the minute, we have to looks like we have to fix this pot before we can actually come and talk to Lot Lonan. Don't know if we actually have to fix it, or if it's just like a side quest sort of thing.
Waste of goulash, and I'm hungry. Here, hold this.
Do you remember when you dyed my beard with some magic spell? I had to shave it off.
You stroke your beard, which is unusually short for a dwarf.
Damn it! Ah, it's heavy.
The young human forces through his pursed lips, letting the pot sink a little.
Don't you dare ruin my goulash, boy!
The cook, with beefy forearms, glares at the young man, and after a brief moment, he tries harder. With as much concern in your voice as you can muster, you say,
Oh, no, this doesn't look good.
you're pleased to notice he's dripping with sweat.
I'll get you back for this, groundling. You damned freak!
For a moment, you hope the famulus really does raise his hand to you. But then he comes to his senses and leaves the kitchen, his face bright red.
What a pair you are!
Oh, we can move. Clearly our guy is not very liked by many humans at the minute. I don't know if it's actually all the humans or just that one guy. Well, it's obviously not all the humans, because this girl clearly likes us. Can we talk to you?
Do you know what Lot Yonan wants?
The maid gives you an amused look. She has often accused you of making things more complicated than necessary.
So that's a no, we can't get any information out of you. It would be beneficial if you actually told me where the hell this place is.
Hey, what are you doing, groundling? We're still eating here. Why don't you go and get your own portion?
I don't know where to go. Someone give me a guide or something. Is this the place? There's a big door. Look at the bookcase. Why not?
Lot Yonan didn't just take you in. He also taught you how to read and write. But you don't feel like reading right now. Especially as you already know all the books by heart.
Okay. Oh, this is definitely a study then. It just said at the bottom of the screen just before I clicked the X.
Master Lot Yonan, Frala told me you wish to speak with me.
Ah, Tungdil, come in. There is a bag over there in the cupboard. Take it out, please. It contains artifacts belonging to my former famulus Goren. I wish to return them to him. He's in Black Saddle, 300 miles away.
300 miles? That's a long journey. Who are you going to entrust with this?
I was thinking of you.
Me?
There is no one better to take on this journey. You have acquired much knowledge. You are almost a scholar. You know more than most famuli about Girdlegard and its inhabitants. It is time for you to go out into the world and see it with your own eyes.
With pleasure. What's in the bag?
Magical devices. You better leave the bag closed if you want to avoid any accidents. Dwarves don't really like magic, and magic doesn't like you either.
Rakus gave us so much craftsmanship that there's no space left in our bodies for magic.
Strictly speaking, every time you've been too close to magic, it has ended in catastrophe.
Perhaps I'll meet some dwarves on my travels.
Yes, perhaps. But don't hold out too much hope. And be careful who you talk to. Not everyone out there likes dwarves.
Yeah, goblins. They abduct baby dwarves and sell them to magi, from what I've heard.
Not the best bit of business I've ever done. But what was I to do? The Longnoses threatened to throw you into the nearest river. Be on your guard. Look after the bag and don't lose it. May Palandiel be with you. And Vrakas too, of course.
I'll set off immediately. I'll see you soon, Lot Yonan.
Right, so we've got a big adventure on our way. Literally just started the game not too long ago, and now we've already been kicked out. Been sent on a long journey 300 miles away with a guy who's never actually seen where he's going, so it's not going to turn out very well. Right, first things first though, before we leave, we're going to have to talk to our dwarves' girlfriend here.
Hello, Frala.
Hmm?
I need provisions for 300 miles.
You're grinning from ear to ear. Finally, you've got the chance to see something of the world.
300? Tungdil, that's no errand. That's an epic journey. Wait, I've got just the right thing. But make sure the cook doesn't see.
I'm going to Blacksaddle to return a few things to a former apprentice in the Magus.
You pocket the rye bread, sausages, and ham. Enough food for the first few days of your journey.
Perhaps I'll even meet some dwarves on the way.
Frala throws you a cautious glance. It's a tricky subject that you can't help but broach.
There aren't dwarves down here. You're the only one in Idaslane as far as we know.
I know, but I can't just have been born out of a rock. Somewhere in the mountains, I have a clan. Maybe even a family.
Yes. Maybe.
Frala has reminded you more than once that Lot Yonan wrote to the dwarf clans and none of them were missing a dwarf boy.
I've got a present for you.
You take out a symbol of protection that you've carefully made from 3 horseshoe nails.
It's not the finest jewelry in Girdlegard.
One look at Frala's face makes it clear that it doesn't matter. She glows with happiness as she takes the pendant.
For me? But why?
Because you don't see me as an oddity, and you're like a little sister to me.
You could have said, but you settle with a shrug and a crooked smile.
I have to go. I've got a long journey ahead of me.
I wish you the blessing of Palandiel and Vrakas to protect you from all danger on your journey. Here, a talisman. Whenever you look at it, think of me.
Frala winks at you mischievously.
And of getting me a nice present.
Yeah, that's nice, spending a little quality time with each other. So where do we go? Go up here? Well, I'll get past the wall first. What's this? It is absolutely nothing.
Within a few moments you find Blacksaddle on the map. It is southeast of Parista, a little more than halfway between the city of the Magus Nudin and Lot Yonan's vaults. You trace the path from the vaults to the mountain with your finger. It doesn't seem far on the map, but it will be the biggest journey of your life. You picture all the fantastic adventures that await you on your journey and are raring to go. But then you think about the possible dangers and ask yourself how you're planning to tackle this journey without a weapon.
So I need to find a weapon first. If anything, surely it'd be something I'll forge then, wouldn't there? Probably a hammer or something. Take the hammer. Axo. There we go. At least we've got a weapon now. Now guy's tired already. Had 2 swings of the weapon, now he's knackered. It's not a good omen for us. Right, can we leave now that we've got a weapon and some provisions? We can, finally, yes. Time to get out into the open world. So I'm not entirely sure how much in-depth and how much free will we actually have during this game. It's like, I don't know if we can actually have a relationship with anyone or can actually buy our own home or something like that. But we'll find out together.
How nice to see you again, Lotjonen. It must have been an age since we last met face to face.
Nudin, welcome. Please, sit down.
No, thank you, my friend. These are urgent matters, and I don't have much time. You must come to Leos Nudin immediately. The perished land is stirring.
Are you sure? What makes you think that?
I found out about 60 orbits ago, during a visit to the borders. Our magical barriers have weakened and become porous. The Elfar have left their land, and a huge horde of orcs have marched into Girdlegard.
Were you able to strengthen the spell with your magic?
No. I can't repair the damage alone. We need the combined power of the 6. The other 4 are already on their way here, but we need your help too.
I will set off for Parista without delay.
Oh, and as you're coming, could you also take the opportunity to bring back the things that I lent to you?
Of course. I have them already packed in a bag.
Oh, thank you. We'll be expecting you.
It's a massive horde of armies. Orcs have just came through the gates. I bet that's the army that we had to fight in the beginning of the game, the last episode.
Utterly blinded by the sunlight, you squeeze your eyes tightly shut after only a few steps. The time spent underground has made you so sensitive to light that you're forced to seek shelter in the shade of a mighty oak.
Alright, so first things first, where are we heading to? We are heading over here. Oh, okay, this place is quite big. What's this say? Firstling Kingdom. Don't know what that means, but we'll find out together, I'm sure. Alright, so we're gonna have a lot of exploring to do. Alright, first things first, we go back to our guy and start moving.
You reach a small lake by a birchwood. Your feet hurt and your eyes still sting in the unaccustomed sunlight. But a smile spreads across your face nonetheless. You've covered a decent distance on the first day of your big journey. You pitch your camp and lie down to sleep on the hard forest floor. When you awake in the morning, your legs are stiff and achy. Trying not to feel sorry for yourself, you throw your rucksack over your shoulder. You're a dwarf, and dwarves don't complain.
Fair enough, so we've got like another little question mark here, so before heading over there, I might head to this just to see what it is.
Around midday, with the sun high in the sky and the first beads of sweat appearing on your forehead, you see something move next to the road, a few hundred meters ahead. Some crows are pecking at something in the long grass. When you see the blood on the ground, you try to convince yourself it's from an animal that just happened to be killed on the road by a hunter. You know this is improbable, and your hope disappears completely when you see 2 human bodies lying in the flattened grass.
So obviously there's like a war going on between the humans and the orcs. Or maybe we actually have to deal with 2 neighbouring kingdoms at war with each other as well as the orcs. That would probably be more of a pain in the ass than actually fighting just orcs and us. Between humans and orcs, sorry. Here we go. Let's try and find these bodies. There's one here.
A slender man lies in front of you.
A slender man?
Dressed in an expensive robe. It is in the colours of Turgur the Fair-Faced, one of the 6 magi. The dead man must be one of Turgur's famuli. You don't see any wounds.
By Vracus.
There are some narrow stab wounds in the man's chest. The cuts are too big to have been made by arrows, but too small for sword wounds.
Huh. Arrows, maybe? No, 'cause the arrows would still be there. Never mind.
Nothing.
Well, that's a great load of hell, weren't you? I don't think there's any. Oh, something just appeared here.
Nothing again.
You halt. There is something.
A rucksack. Did someone hide it in the bushes, or was it thrown in there?
Search through the bush. No, rucksack. May as well
Look in the
search.
rucksack and recognize that someone has already rummaged through it. As well as some implements and writing utensils, you find a pouch full of gold and a talisman. The gold is proof that this is not a case of robbery.
I'm gonna take the gold. Can we take everything?
A feeling of security flush through your body as you touch the talisman. You feel safer just holding it in your hand.
I'm taking you with me.
So at the current minute, we're no good. We're no better than scavengers, taking everything from dead people.
You look down on a tall, broadly built man. He's wearing dark brown leather armor that is strengthened with iron plates. There's a sword lying next to him. Was he trying to defend himself against something? Or someone? There is no blood on the sword.
If the sword's unused, can we take it with us, please? Probably be a lot better than our little axe we've got at the current
The
minute.
man has the same incisions. It's clear that both men were killed by the same weapon. But what that weapon might be, you cannot say. A rucksack that probably belonged to one of the dead. It seems to have been searched and then thrown away carelessly. You find a few implements, some provisions, and a map. A route is drawn on it from Parista, Nudin's capital, to Lot-Yonan's vaults.
Does this mean that Turga the Fair-Faced is in Parista and wanted to send Lot-Yonan a message? And if so, why didn't he use magic? Did he want to contact him without anyone noticing? Why all this secrecy?
Your clue is better than mine. There's nothing else we can do. I would really do wish we could take that sword with us, but clearly it's not an option.
You scour the area once more and ask yourself what to do next.
So look around a little further. Gonna bury the dead. Let's be respectful for them.
It's time-consuming and strenuous work digging shallow graves in the ground with a stick and covering the corpses with a few stones. But it should at least keep the crows from their feasting for a while. You continue on your way so as to put a few more miles between you and your grisly find before night falls.
Sweet. Well, I think we're going to be ending this episode here, guys. I'm sorry there's not much fighting been going on at the minute, but hopefully there's going to be a lot more in the next episode. That being said, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, take care, thank you so much for watching.